Hello, group. Welcome to Action Rock Corner. I'm your host, Richard May. Today, Spirits Burning in Michael Moorcock, The End of All Songs, Part 2. I own the physical Part 1 that came out 2 years ago. And that's the only Spirits Burning that I own, which is a project of Falcone. But Michael Moorcock, I got a history with Michael Moorcock. Michael Moorcock and Teep Fix, New World's Fair. And of course, Hawkwind's concept record, based on his Ehrlich fantasy novel, Chronicle of the Black Sword. I think when I went through my science fiction novel phase in my teens, how could I not read some Michael Moorcock along the way? I must have done it one. Should have done at least one Michael Moorcock, right? But I did read the graphic novel adoption of Ehrlich and the Black Sword. Yeah, I did. That I remember distinctly in the 80s. So, and of course, Michael Moorcock also worked with Blue Oyster Cult. And so I have a history. And so when hearing part 2 was out, I was waiting for this. And yesterday, on a cloudy, damp fall, Cleveland, Ohio, in North America, United States, and that kind of day, this was a good companion on my errands. And is it space rock? Technically. Is it prog rock? Yes, it's prog. Is it psychedelic? Sure. It's fairly mellow. Doesn't rock very much. It's made by Falcone, is the basic creator with Michael Moorcock. I didn't get a distinct listing of songwriting credits, but how the album is put together is basically through email. Everyone's working out of their home studio. We got, do you a bit of piano for me? Will you do you a bit of guitar? Play some drums? They're not flying into where Falcone lives in the States. It's a new day. So, musicians are doing that now, where they just work out of a home studio, do what is they're hired to do, basically, or requested to do, and they email it in. Not to throw shade at the process. This is one darn nice, long album. And I'm not used to that anymore. Over this past year that I started this channel, I've gotten used to EPs of 8 minutes long. It makes reviewing kind of easy. 8 minutes, listen to it. I can listen to it 10 times within 2 hours. No problem. 77 minutes. I forgot how long part one was. And I went downtown from my home, and usually I will be done by the time I get downtown. Not this one. Barely halfway done. Hour 17 minutes is a while. Nothing bad. It's all pretty good. But it's mellow. This doesn't really rock like Hawkwind does. Hawkwind can have that synthesizer UFO effect, rising off the ground, flying and coming down. Not much synthesizer here. Not a lot of riffs. It's a mellow, it's cool, it's nice, it's distinctive, it grows on you. As I went into my second and third listen, it grew on me. And the music is very good. But it's not action rock. It is a bit more than soft rock, but it is a mellow record. I imagine there's a storyline to this since it's written by Michael Moorcock. I have no idea. I did not check for a storyline. You may appreciate this more if you follow whatever storyline is in this. There's a wedding at the last song. So it has a happy ending, I guess. But I don't care for concept records. I do not want a storyline. I'll take it. If you force it on me and make me pay attention, I may even appreciate it. Mildly. I haven't appreciated a storyline since Tommy from The Who. And I saw the movie. Okay? I learned I don't care for concept records or storyline records. Give me a song, give me another song, and make the album flow. And I like that. And, you get something to tell me deep, write a short story, write an article, write a post on the internet. And I'll run a rock. If you have a message for me, I'll listen to it, but make it clear as a bell. And I think I demonstrated that in past reviews. You can give me a message, just make it clear as a bell. Be blunt. So, and a lot of guest stars, but not major guest stars. I'm listening to this because it has Hawkwind. All kinds of Hawkwind alumni. No Dave Brock, but everybody else. Lots of alumni. And not major alumni, but alumni of Hawkwind and other prog space rock bands. Number from Blue Oyster Cult, Ross the Boss from the Dictators and Manowar is here. for a song or two. I guess Ross the Boss got hooked in because Robert Bouchard from Buster Cult, who is now, in the Dictators. I guess Ross the Boss got hooked in through Albert. And so you get some Buster Cult, this at least one hook into the Dictators. Paul Rudolph from the Big Fairies, Alan Davey from Hawkwind and various other projects, and a bunch of musicians that, if you're a really deep music nerd, oh yeah, Bridget was on the Hawkwind record, and if you go deep into it, and other bands, or one person from the Strawbs, but they're only coming in on a file. It's like they got together in a room and jammed. They were told, I need this much material from you on your instrument. So, in the end, it's a very good record. You get your if you like it, you're going to get your value out of it. 77 minutes on CD, that's value. Much as this has value. I imagine if you buy physical, they'll give you the lyrics, and then you will, in a much better fashion than the way I listen to this one, understand what's going on. I mean, there's lyrics on YouTube, but I forgot to look. The lyrics are not hard to understand, by no means. The music is in service to the lyrics and the singer. The singer is prominent in the mix. So I don't think you really need a lyric sheet. You just have to pay attention closer than I wanted to. So 16 songs, 77 minutes. And I guess I have to look for more time for comedy projects. Question to myself, if not a question you may have for me. I am not saying it's shade. It's not shade when I say that it is a mellow record. It's not shade. It's not action rock. It's not what I normally cover here. Why am I covering it here? It's Hawkwind alumni. It's Michael Moorcock and others from Hawkwind. You got Hawkwind alumni? I want to hear it. Now, no Hawkwind alumni, no Ross the Boss and other guest stars. It's just an anonymous band from America or England or Europe. I heard 2 minutes of this. Would I continue? Would I give it a chance like I gave? And I owned it. I owned part one. If I didn't know who these people were, if these were just their first record with whatever name and this cover, will I listen twice to it? Will I listen past 1 or 2 minutes? Or just go, no. Next. Good question. I suspect maybe I won't. I wouldn't. I listened and enjoyed it. I gave it a chance because of the Hawkwind Association. Because I own a Hawkwind shelf, a bookshelf of Hawkwind. Lots of it. Okay? And the way that Tape Rock and Company, the Hawk Lords, and Alan Davey, and other alumni produce Hawkwind-related music, that may bust out of that shelf and demand part of a second shelf. Absolutely. And I'm not complaining. That would be cool. It helps to have the Hawkwind Association for me. You may hear this differently. This may be exactly the kind of mellow groove you need for 77 minutes of your life. And you're going to pay attention to the lyrics and see what Michael Moorcock has in store for you when you pay attention. Great. Michael Moorcock is a legendary author. I've enjoyed Michael Moorcock in the past decades. Absolutely. But I chose not to do that with this record. That's just what I did, right or wrong. So, good record, but mellow. Be prepared. And it doesn't get sappy, doesn't go into bad mellow. I've heard bad mellow. I heard too much bad mellow in my ears over the radio and whatnot. It's not that bad mellow. It's good mellow. Has any edge to this? No. But has enough character. Isn't edge. I'm always looking for edge in my music. This has character, which is different. You may find a couple seconds of edge somewhere in the 77 minutes. Maybe you'll find a couple seconds, but it's character is what this has, and the character is what's grew on me as I listen to it. Of course, it's here on YouTube. Spirits Burning and Michael Moorcock. The End of All Songs, Part 2. Part 1 is also to be found. And Spirits Burning has a bunch of projects on YouTube. Have been started in 1998. And, that's 27 years now. Not to make anyone feel old. This is 2025. We're well into this century. You like this video? Give it a like. Subscribe to Action Right Corner. Ring the notification bell. Listen to Spirits Burning and Michael Moorcock, The End of All Songs, Part 2. Throw in Part 1. Have a good 2.5 hours there for you. And come back. What do you think? Should I have been paying attention to the storyline? Is there a storyline? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. It appears to be. I like the one about the English tea. That one struck me nice. For latest in action rock, garage rock, punk, psychobilly, rockabilly, and classical legacy bands like Hawkwind, come back here to Action Rock Corner. We'll have it for you. Thank you for watching. Remember, fresh music is as important as fresh food. Keeps you regular. And have fun with your music. And we'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.